Hey guys, welcome to my evening skincare routine. And I've been doing a 100-day 100 mask challenge. So before I start my evening skincare routine, I'm going to use this mask. I've never tried it before, Mario Badescu Rose Hips Mask. So I'm going to try this out. Leave it on for 15-20 minutes. I'm going to hop in the shower. I always shower at night. Rinse it off, and then I'm going to be right back with you. And then I'm going to start the part of my evening skincare routine, which is super high maintenance, and walk you through it. So I'm going to put this on and stay tuned, and I will see you guys in about, between the mask and the shower, probably I'll see you in about 25 minutes. Okay, guys, so I just took a shower. I rinsed off the mask I chose to use for the day, which is the Mario Badescu Rose Hips Mask, which was definitely a good mask if you have more oily prone skin, but I liked using it. I also washed my face. Some masks I use after I wash my face, and some I use before. I know most of them, or if not all of them, you're supposed to use on clean skin, but sometimes with the oil absorbing masks and things like that, I prefer to use that and then wash my face like normal. And two that I rotate between lately is the Blueberry Bounce Gentle Cleanser from Glow Recipe. I also really like the Paula's Choice Hydrating Gel to Cream Cleanser. It's newer. Both these are pretty gentle on skin, so they do a decent job cleansing and a pretty decent job removing makeup. However, I always tone after I cleanse, so one thing I really like, it was worth the $10, is the Shiseido Facial Cotton. Really like these little sheets. So I usually soak one of these in the toner I'm going to use for the day. And the one I'm going to use today is the IT Cosmetics Miracle Water, which is kind of a micellar cleanser. I also use it kind of as a toner as well. Because I did notice I have a little bit of foundation still sticking to a couple spots on my face, so I thought I would use this. But if my skin is feeling really super dry or irritated, a good one that I like also is the Paula's Choice Skin Recovery Toner. It does a good job if you have like super dry skin, or if your skin's just feeling dry that day or sensitive. This is a good one. So a lot of days I'll use this too. It just depends. But today I felt like I had a little bit of makeup left over after washing, so I didn't go with this one. This one also kind of stings the eyes a touch, not too bad, but I don't have the same issue with the IT Cosmetics Micellar Cleansing IT Miracle Water. So anyway, I smooth that over my face. I don't use toner on my neck hardly ever, and especially in the Minnesota winter. Today it was like 20 degrees out and windy. And that wind was cold, and my skin got even more dry. My neck has been so dry lately, but it seems to be coming back around. So anyway, so I use the facial cotton with my toner on, and then I usually will go right to my essence. But first, usually right when I get out of the shower, especially lately, I've been applying a moisturizer to my neck, and the one... Actually, I've been applying several in different layers. Let me find it here. I don't know why I can't. I normally wear contacts during the day, but when I do my routine, I take them out because I use lash stuff, and I didn't want eye cream to get in my eyes, so I don't see as well as I normally do. But I usually use the Clinique's Hydrating Serum. Let me go grab that. So the Clinique Hydrating Serum, they introduced this ID thing, but I've been using this on my neck at night, and then later on in my routine, I will apply a thicker cream to especially some of those drier spots. But I really like this pajama shirt I got, because a lot of the pajama shirts have like very tight closed necks, and this one is loose enough that I can get to my whole neck and décolleté area. So anyway, so I use a little bit of that on my neck, but don't worry, it's not the last thing I'm going to use on my neck, because we've got the routine. It's a high maintenance routine. So, and then now that I did my toner, I'm going to apply my first essence, which is the one I've been using Probably the last 6 or 7 months is the Tatcha essence, which is expensive, but a little bit goes a long way. It's literally like water. So I just apply a little bit in my hand, and then I kind of just pat it on my face and give it a minute to absorb. And again, I don't apply this on my neck unless my neck is not dry, and it's been dry lately. So, and I know a lot of like moisturizers and serums and lotions and oils and things say apply to face and neck, and I hardly apply anything in my neck because it's so sensitive. I don't know. And just dry lately. Anyway, so I usually give that about a minute to absorb. And while that's absorbing, I usually use an eyelash serum. And I've been trying a lot of different ones. I really had great success with the Rodan & Fields Lash Boost. However, I don't know, $150 every few months seems excessive. So I've been kind of experimenting with other ones. One I found that I like is the Rapid Lash Serum, but nowhere near as good as Lash Boost, in my opinion. But you apply just a little bit of it to your lash line. And you want to do that before you apply face creams, or not eye creams, because the eye cream can kind of dilute it. So you want to apply this and then wait for it to dry before applying any eye creams or eye products. So I don't know, I probably apply a little bit too much, but anyway. So I've experimented with like, I don't know, tons of these different ones now. So far this is the closest second to the Rodan & Fields one. I also tried one on Etsy, which is good. Bold with biotin helped, but sometimes it stings my eyes. Tried the Avon, a new lash thing, that didn't seem to do much. So I'm going to try this Rapid Lash for about 6 months and see where I'm at then and reassess the situation. So now while I'm letting that absorb, I'm going to go to my second essence. And one I really like is the Paula's Choice Brightening Essence. This is a good one. It absorbs really quickly. It's really loaded with a lot of good beneficial ingredients. My only complaint with it is that the dropper, no matter what you do, it just doesn't seem to ever get full enough or get enough product that you only need to eject these product once. So I always have to go back in, digging into the bottle a few times to get the full amount to cover my face. But a lot of times when my neck isn't being super dry, I'll apply this to my neck as well. So this one is super loaded with a lot of good beneficial ingredients. But the thing I like about it is it absorbs almost instantly, but it hydrates skin a lot too. So I always try when I'm getting out of the shower to hurry up and get moisturizer on everywhere, because they say it's most effective if you apply it onto damp skin, because it helps kind of seal in the wetness that's on your face or body at the time. So right when you get out of the shower, hurry up and try and apply as much moisturizer wherever you can get it as fast as you can get it. Don't roughly dry off. Wait 20 minutes and then apply moisturizer. The faster you get it on, the faster it helps seal in the moisture that's still on your skin, and also protect the current moisture on it from evaporating. So actually one thing that I used on my body today when I got out of the shower is the Vanny cream. I used this a long time ago, and it really helped to get me through a dry winter, and then I kind of forgot about it in a way and hadn't used it again until the last few nights, and it's definitely made a huge difference on my skin. But it's a very simple formula, nothing too exciting, but it does a good job of sealing in moisture. So if you have dry spots where a normal moisturizer just isn't cutting it, I'd recommend trying that. Although they say you can use it all over your face and body, I haven't used it on my face, but I did use it on my neck, and it seemed to help. But it's got some ingredients that I just don't think are very face skin friendly, especially if you have oily or acne prone skin. So anyway, so now that I've done that, my next thing is my eye products. And I feel like the eyelash serum has absorbed. So what I've been using is a couple different layers. The first layer I've been using lately is the Drunk Elephant Shaba eye cream. And it's light, but it's not super hydrating for me anyway. And I apply it all over my eyelids and brow bone area, and then a little bit around my eye. And lately I've been using 2 different eye products. This one I'll apply and then let soak in, and then I'll apply another one in a few minutes. Just because this one I feel for me isn't fully hydrating, but I really like the amount of beneficial ingredients and peptides they put in there. And my dogs love the smell of lotion anywhere they come in. My dog will come and want to lick my hands if I have any good hand lotion on or anything. I don't know. It's weird, but anyway, so now that's kind of starting to absorb. And the next thing I always do in my routine is I apply a serum. And it just depends. Almost always, though, in the evening, I go with the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Hydrating Serum, unless my skin is exceptionally dry that night, and then I'll switch that out for the Clinique Moisture Surge. But tonight, I'm going to go with the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Hydrating Serum because it's just very light. It absorbs almost instantly, and it's loaded with a lot of good beneficial products, or not products, ingredients. And it smooths over skin so easily and layers well with other products. And my evening skincare routine, especially in the winter, is so high maintenance, it's out of control. So I do a lot of layers. So this one seems to do well. And then after that, I'm going to give that about a minute or two to absorb. And then I'm going to go with apply my other eye product. Let me see if I can find it in my cabinet here. I've got so many different things going on. Give me 1 second. Here it is. And that one I've been using a lot lately is the Caudalie Resveratrol Lift Eye Lifting Balm, which you can use on your eye area as well as your lip contour area if you want. But I've got a lot of different eye products, but this one seems to be what I've been using a lot lately because it just gives my skin a little bit more hydration, especially on the eyelid area and the immediate area around it. So there we go. So that seems to help. And I feel like it kind of locks in the Drunk Elephant product underneath a little bit better too. So there we go. So I got that. And now, I'm not kidding. I told you this was high maintenance. So now that I'm going to let that soak in, I'm going to apply the Differin Gel, which is adapalene, which is just a different form of retinol. It recently became available over the counter, but I apply it to help prevent breakouts, but you can use them to help kind of heal breakouts, prevent them. And also I have a hypothesis that this might be helping with some wrinkles on certain levels. So I'm kind of trying to get a little bit of bang for my buck there. So, and I just apply it on my, over my face, a very light layer. But it's a pretty simple formula, but if you have the potential to get breakouts, or if you do, this is a good one I would recommend checking out because there's not a lot of side effects from it like there are from other strong products. I never experienced any dryness with this or redness or flakiness like people experience with a lot of other retinol products. So this is a good one. It seems gentle and worth checking out or starting with if you're kind of in that area. So good product, pretty affordable. This is the 1 ounce tube by 1.6 ounces. I think it sells for $27, but you can always get coupons and things like that. But a little bit goes a very long way. This tube lasts me a long time. So, and the nice thing I like about it is it feels like it absorbs pretty quickly as well. So it definitely doesn't dry out skin. So now that I've applied that, my next step is to apply my leave-on exfoliant. If you don't use one in your skincare routine, I personally think it's the one thing that's made the biggest difference. Adding that in my routine just helps reduce pore size. Your skin looks brighter, younger. You don't have flakiness or dryness like I noticed before that I was always dealing with flaky skin somewhere. It does a nice job of kind of just removing all that dead skin cell buildup while you sleep. So a few that I really like, and it just depends again on the day, what my skin feels like. The Paula's Choice Advanced Smoothing Serum, I use that quite often, but it is pretty strong. And another one I like is the Paula's Choice Resist Advanced Pore Refining Treatment, which has 4% BHA. This one has 10% AHA, but it also has several different acids that it features. So that's a good one to check out as well. There's other ones I use, but I'm trying to see if I can find them right now. on my countertop, and I don't seem to be able to, oh, hang on, I know where it is. The brand CosRx makes several. This is their AHA Clarifying Treatment Toner. They have a lot of good several different leave-on exfoliants. So this is a good one. I've got several from CosRx. They make a lot of good ones. And if you're more interested in this specific product, definitely check out my top 5 exfoliating treatments. I did a video about that, just listing my top 5, which I think ended up being my like top 7. So I've got a lot of ones that I really like and use from time to time. Drunk Elephant makes a great one as well, so that one's worth checking out too. So, but anyway, tonight my skin is still feeling a little bit dry, so I'm going to go with the Paula's Choice Resist Pore Refining Treatment with 4% BHA, and I'm actually going to mix that with something just so I'm not using it full strength because my skin is feeling kind of dry today. So today I'm going to mix that with the Peach and Lily Glass Skin Refining Serum. I'm going to do about half and half of each just to get a good mixture on that. And before I do that, I'm going to apply another layer of lotion to my neck area to keep that hydrated, and also to kind of prevent any kind of runoff. If any of the exfoliants kind of run down a little bit, I don't want to absorb it in my neck while it's super dry. So I'm going to use the Drunk Elephant Lala Retro Whipped Cream just to kind of protect it and get it to start healing a little bit. I've been trying lots of different things, and they seem to be helping in a lot of the dry patches. So I really wish I could take better care of my neck, but it's just so sensitive to everything as opposed to my face. I don't know. So anyway, so now we did that, and now I'm going to mix the Peach and Lily serum. I'm going to do about 2 pumps, 2.5 pumps of that to about 1 dropper bottle full of the Paula's Choice Resist serum treatment. That was not much of a dropper full. That's why I hate the dropper bottles. Nothing ever seems to. It's so hard to get the correct amount. So I've got a good little amount in my hand, and I'm just going to smooth it over my face. And if you don't use a lot of exfoliating products and you feel it burning and the burning doesn't go away like right away, rinse it off and either get something with a lower percentage of alpha hydroxy or beta hydroxy acids, or increase the mixture that you're using, whatever you're going to use to mix it with. Increase the amount of that and decrease the amount of alpha hydroxy acids you're using, because your skin can get very sensitized to that. So definitely be careful with it. And if you use that in your routine at all, use sunscreen in the morning. It's probably the biggest thing you can do to help prevent aging is sunscreen. It's so easy, yet they sell hundreds of dollars of creams and lotions and things, but really the biggest thing you can do to prevent aging is invest in a $5 sunscreen, $10 sunscreen, I don't know, but check one out. So, okay, now I'm going to rinse my hands off of some of those acids that I applied. And I think my skin is feeling still pretty good. So normally at this point in my routine, I'm almost done, but I usually try and apply a little bit of a moisturizer in between this last step and the next step, which is my retinol product. So let's see, what am I going to use for a moisturizer today? What do I feel like using in between? I think I'm going to go with a small layer of the Clinique Moisture Surge. And I know I'm going to get lots of comments from people that say, this is a lot of work, and I enjoy it pretty much at the end of the day. I usually enjoy it, unless I'm too tired, and then I really pare down in my routine. But hopefully all the other steps I take will have a good effect anyway. So there we go with that. And sometimes if you have very sensitive skin, it's good to break up some of these and do some of them in the morning and some of them in the evening. I like to keep my morning routine short and simple, and I really like to pack it all in at the end. I think a lot of people probably like to do that too. So probably not the best way to get the most efficacy out of each product, but it's the way I like to go. So anyway, so now my next step is a retinol, and I have a lot of good retinol options, and they're all actually 1% retinols. The Paula's Choice Clinical Retinol is an awesome one. One of my first retinols that I used. The Obagi Retinol 1% is also a good one and packaged nicely. And then Drunk Elephant recently came out with their retinol version, and I really like that. And those 3 retinols I just listed, they're all very similar. They all have great packaging. They all have 1% retinol. They're all fragrance free, free of denatured alcohol. They all have a lot of good beneficial ingredients. You can't go wrong picking any one of those. So whichever one you choose is going to be good. I don't know if I had to pick one right now. I don't know which one I'd go for, to be honest. But today I think I'm going to use the Drunk Elephant retinol, and I'm going to mix that with the Drunk Elephant Protini polypeptide cream. I just like that combo because it gives me a little bit more hydration. But I've also mixed it with D'Alba Piedmont. They came out with their Peptide No Sebum Repair Cream, which was touted to be a dupe of the Drunk Elephant Protini, but it's not a dupe. And in fact, they have a little bit of fragrance in this one, but had they not had that fragrance, I could almost consider switching from the Protini to this, because I do like a lot of things about it, but not a huge fan of fragrance. I try to avoid it whenever I can, so... And on the Drunk Elephant package, I always say to use a pea-size amount, but I can barely ever get a pea-size amount to cover much unless I'm mixing it. And then I can make that go a little bit further, but I still think I use a little bit too much than I need to, but oh well. Okay, so I've got an amount of that. And then I'm going to do a couple pumps on the Protini. And then I'm going to mix them and apply them. And you know what the Drunk Elephant retinol really looks like, it's really bright yellow. I can't think of what it looks like, but it's very yellow. It's the most yellow retinol I've ever seen. So I just like to massage this in small circles. And I always get asked by people how to keep their hair clean while they're doing their evening skincare routine, and I don't know if you guys have an answer. Let me know. I've tried headbands; those don't seem to work. This is the most effective thing I can find, is just put in a ponytail, and then if it's greasy at all, then I just use some dry shampoo in the morning. I don't know. So I think I got a really good layer there of that on. But if I could find a dupe for the Drunk Elephant Protein, I think I'd end up saving a lot of money, because I go through those jars too fast. And now I'm almost done. Some nights I like to mix in a little bit of vitamin C, small vitamin C mixture. That kind of just depends on what I used in the morning time, and it also depends on if I'm using any sleeping masks that night. Some of those contain vitamin C. So today I'm just going to use a small amount of vitamin C mixture. But I really am liking the Peter Thomas Roth Potency collection. They've got a serum, their vitamin C serum, which I reviewed. They also recently came out with a moisturizer. They have an eye cream for it. They have a spot brightener. They also came out with the moisturizer, which so far I'm not necessarily loving it, but there's a lot of worse things, but it's just very thick, and I'm not a big fan of the packaging. But so for my vitamin C for tonight, I'm just going to mix in a little bit of the Peter Thomas Roth Potency with another serum. And then I'm pretty much almost done. So let me see. Which serum should I use? I don't know. It's always... I don't know. I think I'm going to go with the Paula's Choice Radiance Renewal Mask. I think I'm just going to mix in a dab of this. And a lot of nights this is my very last step. But I'm going to do one more thing after this. I'm just going to mix a little bit of the Potency serum with that mask. You don't want to go too crazy. But I think my skin probably has as many layers as it can handle now. And now you guys have all seen my crazy high maintenance skincare routine. It's ridiculous, to be 100% honest. It's out of control, but you know what? It's kind of my time at the end of the day to relax and try new products. Usually that's what I'm doing. But, yeah. So I think I got a pretty good layer of that. Then I'm going to rinse my hands off. I'm going to do one more cream on my neck. Just to help seal it in and help prevent it from getting overly dried. And I think I'm just going to use the Vanny cream I talked about earlier. I think I'm just going to use a little bit of that on my driest spots on my neck. But everyone had a lot of great suggestions when I was mentioning this in another video. And I took some of those suggestions to heart and tried them, and it really helped. I had a really bad dry patch here, and that one's almost gone, if it isn't already all gone. And this one is almost healed too. So there we go. So my neck feels much better. And then really, my last step is which sleeping mask I'm going to use tonight. I like the Pharmacy Beauty Sleep Tight. That's a good one. The Paula's Choice Radiance Renewal Mask, which I just mixed with something, is a good one. Another thing I really like that I've been using lately is the Klairs Midnight Blue Calming Cream, especially when my skin is feeling super dry and sensitive. This is a good one. I also can mix it. I also like to mix it with a lot of different things, but this tube is almost empty. So I'm going to have to put this in my empties pile. See what else I can get out if anything is left. We'll see. I just can't bear the thought of like just getting rid of it until I know I've squeezed every last drop out. And look I got a lot. The only thing I find with this one is sometimes it takes a while to absorb. So sometimes when I go to bed, it feels like it's just sitting on top of my skin, but by the time I wake up, it's fully absorbed, which is nice. And I really just layer this stuff on. But a lot of you guys have also asked me about hair care stuff that I use. And for hair care, I really like Moroccan oil products for conditioning my hair, for treatments, for hairspray, for dry shampoo. The only thing I don't like is their shampoo in and of itself because it's too fragrant. You know, most shampoos you gotta get into your scalp and clean it there. So my scalp was too sensitive for that, but conditioners you don't really want to apply directly onto your roots or scalp because sometimes it makes your hair look greasy. So I have no issues with their conditioner, their masks, their dry shampoo, anything else. The only thing I seem to have slight issues with is their shampoo, and I just use Neutrogena plain shampoo for dry scalps. But I also love the Moroccan oil treatment oil, and I've been using that for a long time. I think I've been using it about probably 10 years. And I just picked up a little bit bigger size. It's got a pump on it, so I love that. So I'm going to put my chapstick on, or my lip balm, and I've been using the Drunk Elephant Lippy a lot. So I like to put a good layer of that on before bed. And then my very last step is just my Moroccan oil treatment. So really like that. It does a nice job kind of softening your hair, and also kind of keeps it so you don't get a lot of frizzy hair, which is always good. Kind of, you can use it on wet hair is usually the way I use it, but if you're done getting ready and you notice you have some stray hairs or flyaways, just get a very, very small amount on your hand and you can kind of tame them using that. So, and tonight is a night where I'm going to paint my nails. I like to do that at night and then fall asleep well and let them dry while I sleep, which works about 85% of the time. The other 15% or 20% of the time, I get a few smudges. But anyway, So that was my super crazy high maintenance, dry sensitive skin, evening winter skincare routine. So I'm interested if you guys have any comments or what your routines are, or if you think this routine is ridiculously high maintenance, which I know it is. So definitely leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys. Check out the Amazon link below and nobsbeauty.com and check out my 100 days, 100 mask challenge. Thank you guys so much.